third camera has not arrived yet. So we'll just be doing the 2 cameras today, and when the third camera, if it ever arrives, we'll do another video. Looks like we've got another Temu vlogging camera on our hands. But how will the W&O Q7 CCD vlogging camera stack up against our previous 2 Temu vlogging cameras? Well, to find out, I'm going to call my trusty test subject Lance. We're going to check the advertising and put these cameras through their paces. But first, let's crack this open and see what comes in the box. Alright, so let's see what's in the box. Well, after getting through this packaging here and pull off the lid, inside we got our manual. We've got some bedazzled stickers here. Interesting. And here is our camera. And then besides the camera, we also got USB A to C charging cable, and then the USB A to C adapter dongle. And we also got a couple wrist straps of different lengths. And it comes with a 32 gigabyte memory card.
Dang it, dude. Still playing this cheeseball music. And he wonders why he's not getting any views. When he literally built an AI who makes YouTube videos. Right here. I have an idea. I gotta get to work.
Tonight on Cheap Gear, I drive a car. Lance takes a picture, and we have a drink. What was that?
What?
That intro sequence, that thing that just happened, what was that?
Oh, well, you didn't really let me do anything in the last video. So I just thought I would just throw that together. Because I was bored.
Right.
You're welcome. Now, back to the studio.
Hello, everybody. This is Lance here, checking in with y'all. Mr. Charlie invited me down to help him out. Yeah.
All right, Lance, welcome back. So last time we had 2 of these Temu vlogging cameras, and then we got the third one in the mail finally, which is great news. Temu classically takes forever. So I'm going to hand you these cameras one by one. 2 of them you will have seen before, and then I'll give you the new one for you to compare and contrast. And then we're going to look at the facts, the stats, the specs, and everything. So this is the first one, and as we can see, this is called the Sony 4K Ultra HD video blog camera with 1.33 inch CMOS sensor, 270 degree rotating USB chargeable, and of the 2 cameras you tried last time, this is the one that actually had 4K footage, and the footage was not like stuttering when we looked at it later.
Was the output 4K when you pulled it from this?
The output is actually 4K. If you inspect the file in DaVinci, it says 4K. Now that could just be upscaled 720p to 4K, so it's just kind of guessing at the middle pixels. And so this one is called HD Video Recording Camera, Portable Rechargeable Vlog Camera, 4K Handheld Stabilizer Pocket Action Camera with gyroscope. I don't know what they're counting as a gyroscope, just little...
Your wrist holding the camera.
4K Handheld Stabilizer, 360 degree rotation. And again, like that's... This goes 180 degrees. This, I guess, no, this doesn't go 360 degrees. None of those. 1.54 inch CMOS sensor. Includes 32 gigabyte memory card. It does. Portable camera, action camera. So there's that one for your refreshment. And as you can see, the claims just get more and more wild as we go.
So this one,
100 megapixels right there, really big on the top. 4K HD pocket camera with 1.9-inch screen and 1 to 80 degree rotating 4K video recording, 32 gigabyte card, which it did come with again. Great. USB-C charging, digital stabilization, autofocus, compatible for cycling, traveling, vlogging, portable camcorder for YouTubers. Doesn't say anything about the sensor.
The unboxing of the mighty new camera. Whoa, this one feels way heavier.
Right?
And it's like what's that called? Like an L mount for the camera.
Yep. Yeah, and that's more directly if you compare
Does this one spin before I...
No, as far as I can tell,
I'm not going to afford it.
As far as I can tell, no. Well, you can afford it. It's only $26 right now after applying promos and credits at $31.91, 43% off. Pay $6.51 today if you want to pay through Klarna. So very affordable, but it feels much more premium, right?
Wow, yeah.
The head flips back and forth, kind of like this one, but without the rotation.
I see.
Yeah, and it's just like a little knob. So from here, Lance and I just spend some time looking at the settings, playing with the cameras, and kind of getting a feel for them. They all operate pretty much the same. They all have menus and settings you can change. The new camera has some fun picture effects you can apply, but nothing really advanced. It's basically like old Instagram filters or something like that. But come on, let's get to the real test, Charlie. Let's get to the meat of this. So we wanted to compare these 3 cameras in similar conditions. First, we did a test downstairs in the basement studio with the same lighting conditions, and we compared these 3 Temu cameras with 3 popular cameras that other people might own. Specifically, my Sony a6500, so a popular mirrorless camera, Lance's brand new iPhone, and my GoPro Hero 9. These are 3 cameras, 2 of which are fairly affordable, and 1 is fairly popular. Let's see how that test went. All right, this is the low light test. So this is the a6500. This has the biggest sensor. This is currently set on like manual ISO, so it's just on 1000 ISO. All the rest of these cameras are gonna alter the light sensitivity at some point. They're probably gonna also alter the white balance. Definitely the GoPro does. And those are auto features that are on most cameras. But if you're doing like really heavy photography or videography work, you don't want that because it'll be hard to edit later because it's just changing by itself. So then you have to like go through it. It's kind of sucks. So for this is being shot in S-Log3, S-Gamut 3 Cine, which is just a fancy way to say it's shot super flat to preserve the highlights and the shadows, preserve as much information as you can. Then you can just edit that, and it looks really natural later on once you kind of transform the color space. So 6500, this is a 15 millimeter 1.7. That's another factor we got to take into account here is it's an interchangeable lens. It's a high aperture lens, but this is a wide angle. This is kind of the widest angle lens I have for this camera, but I thought it was kind of the most accurate to like a vlogging style camera.
Sure.
The GoPro is something kind of similar to this focal length, but we'll kind of see. But just kind of as the baseline, this is my normal main camera in a kind of a weird lighting situation. Note the lines, if there's any barrel distortion. That's something that on this camera you can change by changing the lens. Some lenses don't have that. So, and also you can alter it later. So, okay, on the GoPro camera test, you can see it here, but we accidentally shot it in time lapse. So here it is.
All right, we're rolling with the phone now.
All right, this is your brand new. This is your A17 Pro.
Yeah, 17 Pro, 256 gigs. Pretty nice.
Yeah. So it's a slightly bigger sensor. It's I don't know, 24 megapixels or something. It's a nice big sensor, 4K. I think I said it's a 24 or 30, somewhere around there. And again, it is taking multiple exposures at the same time. It's mashing everything together. It's trying to give us the best video. I don't think I set it to the ProRes because I didn't want to like kill your storage, but
well, yeah.
So, but that's going to be comparable to every other camera. So that's a fair assessment or a fair comparison, I think. iPhone 17. It's probably going to be the best camera. Let's be real.
So there was a film that was filmed using this device.
Yes. 28 years later and 28 years later, the Bone Temple. I believe both mostly shot on the iPhone 17 or 16 Pro. They had
they're both comparable.
Oh yeah, they're both incredible, and they had like big lens setups, but just the amount of stuff that you can do. The movie Tangerine, which I think won an Oscar. The director shot that on an iPhone 12 or something like that, just handheld, no lens attachment. So like this has been able to do this for a long time.
It's pretty cool.
And as we're kind of see, with anything of a certain quality, you're going to be able to get a camera. But what you most want is dependability. Yes, those can take video, but is it good quality video? Is it dependable video? But even then, creativity, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
True.
Let's move on.
Woo! That was not a good feeling.
Okay, we are back. This is the first Temu camera. This is the Siri. Again, not available anymore, but it's the only one that explicitly says in the menu 4K 30 FPS. And again, compared to on the last two videos, that's what it says in DaVinci Resolve. Is that an upscaled, interlaced kind of mess? Yeah, probably. It does have this power save feature. I hope that means it's recorded.
Maybe flip a coin if we're still rolling. Maybe not.
So, okay. On to the next camera. All right, this is the middle child. And again, with the vlogging kind of camera setup, we can see ourselves. It looks like we're in frame. We do look pretty yellow. Because these are that's a fluorescent, and that's like a LED kind of thing. So it's trying to compensate for some blue, I guess. I don't know. Or it's just picking up a lot of yellow. But that's the middle Temu camera, tiny sensor. And this is at 2K. I did set it to 2K. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Charlie, it says 1080p, not 2K. And yeah, as soon as I imported this into DaVinci and I inspected the file, it does say 1080p. One other thing I'd like to point out, for the video codec, all the rest of these have been either H.265 or H.264, which is pretty common. But this particular video codec on this video file is called Photo JPEG YUV 420. So not a very good or high quality codec. Anyway, back to the test. Let's get a little more. It
seems more smooth than the GoPro, at least with, watching yourself.
Yeah, but the GoPro has two screens, so the front screen is a little laggy with the refresh rate, but the back screen. Again, we're going to see all this later on. But yeah, that's this middle camera in stationary. All right, just need to mention right here, we accidentally recorded all of the third Temu camera in portrait mode or vertical mode. And you might notice it blinking out sometimes and saying media offline. At least it's showing that on my side. So blinking warning, flashing lights warning, cover your eyes. This camera is pretty disappointing. Oh, that was the other one. Okay. All right, final Temu camera. The screen refresh rate looks really good from here. We're pretty far away, but looking crisp. 2.5K, and we definitely look less yellow. So that's something, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this one. We are going to have to check the footage to see how everything looks. But
true, yeah. I mean, it looks really good on this display.
Yeah. So again, like if you've got $25 to blow on something like this, maybe as a toy for a kid, if you've got a little filmmaker in your life or someone that wants to do like YouTube videos, why not? Like something like this, maybe instead of giving them a phone.
Yeah, true.
Could be an option. or as a B cam if you're a vlogger and your phone is dying, you don't want to use that option. But anyway, we'll roll the tape, check the tape.
That's true. The results will speak for themselves.
All right, so in the interest of fairness, I wanted to film something. Here's this little test clip of a cat. And sorry, it's not going to be the same exact conditions as the studio because I'm just trying to throw this together really quick. But just so you know, there it is. And it actually comes out to 2.5K, 2560 times 1440 by 1440 at 30 frames per second. Again, it's shot in this photo JPEG YUV 420, which I guess is just a really small and easy video codec for small cameras to handle. All right, so after doing all these indoor tests, we decided to take all 6 cameras out and walk around the park in various lighting conditions and audio conditions, and kind of get a feel for how they handle as actual vlogging cameras.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, and just for a quick baseline comparison, this is the Sony camera and Lance's brand new iPhone. The Sony camera has just color space transform. It's shot in S-Log3 S-Gamma 3 Cine as usual, and color space transform applied. And then the iPhone's straight out of the box, exactly how it came out of the camera, and then email compression, whatever happens there.
Rolling.
All right, yeah, so we're gonna check these. This is gonna be the baseline. So you've got the A6500, which is kind of your basic APS-C camera. I mean, not basic, but shoots at 4K, 24 and 30. And then the iPhone 17 Pro, 4K 30, similar. But
We brought it down to 24.
right, 24. So they match. So as these test results clearly show, the 2 most expensive cameras look the best, with the Sony colors, especially being shot in S-Log, looking amazing. The iPhone is super stable. Lance was just holding it with a pop socket, and super sharp, and it looks incredible right out of the phone. And I haven't even applied anything to it yet. So yeah, I guess pretty obvious result. First, Temu cameras seem to have particular trouble in the shadows, where trying to compensate made everything else look muddy around it. Temu camera 2 seems to just blow out the highlights. Temu Cam 3, I would say, is probably the best colors and the best exposure out of all 3 of these Temu cameras. Side note, I did fix the cutting in and out issue. I just had to convert it to a constant frame rate video in Handbrake. This is because to save processing power or battery power, it's probably filming in a variable frame rate. So where does that leave us? I mean, clearly the iPhone is the winner, right? Well, yes and no. We're not saying you necessarily need to buy the newest iPhone. Even slightly older models, refurbished, they're great. Other cell phones, Samsungs, Google Pixels, they have awesome cameras too. So we're not just saying iPhone supremacy. I just wanted to use that because it's a very common phone. But God, it looks good, right? It's stabilized right out of the phone, just handheld, and the colors are gorgeous. You can easily apply a LUT and make it look really, really good. Apparently movies are using these cameras, so these phones as cameras. But yeah, if you really do want a cheap camera, again, more like a toy, that could be an option. Or if you're looking for a cheap dash cam, it looks like these. Well, hey, that sounds like the beginnings of a test. Let's test how they operate as dash cams. So we decided to test the Temu cameras as dash cams, but for Lance to be able to hold them all in one place and steady at the same time, we devised this very scientific device to hold them all. and then we got into my car.
It's on the drive. Just get this angled right with my advanced cardboard contraption.
Oh god.
And we all fell down.
Yep, this is not gonna be secure, unfortunately.
All right, everybody, we're back. Yeah, and minor difficulties. I know what I'm doing here. I have 2 arms, 2 hands.
Won't make you do that the whole drive if you don't want to.
That's fine. Sacrifices are necessary. I'm just holding on for dear life.
Yeah. What we're testing, I mean, I want to see what the footage looks like from these cameras, because with the last video, the middle child was our problem child, with the footage being flashy, jittery, but it was bright. It looked good. I want to compare that to the new one. I want to compare that to the first one. Driving at, 60 miles an hour down the freeway. Well, what are we actually learning from this test? What can we take away from this? Well, Cam 3, unfortunately, because we shot it in vertical, the angle's messed up, but its picture looks the best. The colors look the most natural, and it's fairly sharp from what we can tell. Camera 1, things are visible, but it's so muddy that if the license plate is in a shadow, there's no way you're going to catch it. And camera 2 has the opposite problem. Again, it's so blown out, it's so overexposed that you can't really make out much of any fine detail. Now, your mileage may vary. This is just an example, but I thank you for your attention in this matter. And with that small test done, we had to drop Lance off at home, but not before we almost got in an accident when someone tried to drive on to the freeway off-ramp.
Whoa. Good thing you have 4 GoPro cameras going on.
Yeah, I hope you saw that.
Woo, that scared me, dude.
All right, well, there's the slew of tests, and I want to thank Lance for helping with the scientific testing here and being my test subject. Any last thoughts, comments, concerns, questions?
Well, other than I'm curious if they were all recording together or not. It was kind of weird when I decided to wake the displays back up. One was not rolling, but you confirmed with me before the journey started that they were all rolling.
Yep.
When I woke them back up, the middle one, the new one, was just like at 0 for the current video, so it made me nervous.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, no, it was a fun day. I got to see some stuff, go downtown. I got a little Pokemon Go in while we were doing all of this, so
What more can you ask for? Well, thank you, and we will, when the results of this test are found completely inconclusive, we'll come back and do another one.
Yes.
Buy another one of these and test 4.
Should probably maybe do like nature since the weather's nice.
That might be the next one. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys. Well, that kind of wraps up all the tests. We did do more things. We have more content. So if you're interested in any of that, if you want to see maybe a director's cut, longer edition of this video, if you want to see more extras, maybe on like a Patreon or something like that, let me know in the comments. Let me know any other tests we should do or should have done. But let's wrap this thing up. The difference between these 3 $40 Temu cameras and a real camera, even an older refurbished camera, isn't really just about the specs. It's about whether the device is built to help you create or designed to be thrown away. These Temu cameras are essentially e-waste. They are 4K in name only. They are upscaled, soft, mushy detail image quality. They are cheap plastic. They break easily. They are designed for the landfill. They have terrible menus, unlabeled buttons. It's frustrating to use them. And essentially they're a toy, and there's no resale value compared to a used or refurbished 4K camera. Those cameras have actual genuine HD or 4K footage. It is sharp, it is usable footage, it has a proper dynamic range. They are built solidly, they last for years or decades with basic care. They have physical dials, standard menus, and they're a joy to use. They are a tool to learn on, a tool to grow with, and you can create real work with it, and it holds value. You can resell it later for almost what you paid and get the next thing. In short, these cameras are toys. These Temu cameras are toys, and these GoPros and Sony cameras and iPhones are tools. Don't buy into this e-waste cycle. These Temu cameras are that cycle. They are designed for a single unboxing video and not a single day of actual use. For the same price of one of these, you can buy a GoPro Hero 5 that has survived more drops than I've had hot dinners. You can buy a dedicated dash cam that actually does 4K and won't melt. Or if you just save up a little bit more, get the A6000 if that's what you're looking for, an actual photographic tool that will teach you how to take pictures. That's what I learned on the A5100. So essentially, these Temu cameras are a one-night stand. Getting a budget used camera is an investment in a partner, a tool that you will use for years. So thank you so much for watching. I know this was a long one and there's a lot in here, but thanks for sticking around. Now go make something.